Hey everybody, welcome to Frannie's Hair. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 new Belle Tress styles in 3 new colors. I'm going to do some color comparisons and we're also going to talk about style comparisons as well. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's start talking about these 3 wigs, and they all come from the new Luxe SE collection, and I imagine SE stands for Special Edition. They all have the same cap construction. They have a lace front that goes all the way around the ear tabs, and I'm going to show that to you. And the ear tabs have what I believe is polyurethane. The difference between polyurethane and silicone is that polyurethane feels very smooth and hard, and you need an adhesive or a tape for it to grip. Silicone will grip to the skin on its own and it feels a little bit softer. So from what I can tell, these are polyurethane ear tabs, and you can use some adhesive or tape if you want some extra grip. Now, these are hand-tied caps. The back does have some closed wefting, so I wouldn't consider it 100% hand-tied. And a lot of brands add that closed wefting at the back near the nape to give it some more strength and structure. The beauty of a hand-tied cap is that not only does the hair fall more naturally because it's not sewn in strips like it is in wefts, but you can put your hair up without seeing any wefting at all because there is none. And if it's a windy day, there's no worry about seeing wefts also. All right, so let's start with this style. This style is called Nina. And right off the bat, she reminds me of Tress Allure's Euro Chic, except I would say that she is less dense than Euro Chic. She also reminds me a little bit of Leah 2, except Leah 2 is a much more blunt bottom edge. This one is razored and kind of goes in at the bottom there, and it's really a pretty look. All right, I'm going to spin for you, and then we're going to start to talk about the style and the color and the measurements and all that good stuff. This is such an easy style. You can put it up in so many ways, especially with the hand-tied cap. You can see, you're not going to see anything. So pretty. I forgot to mention this is in the color Brown Sugar Cookie Rooted. And you'll notice that these new color names share some of the same descriptors as other colors in other lines. So there's Brown Sugar Sweet Cream, there's Hazelnut with Sugar Cookie. So this is Brown Sugar Cookie Rooted. And I'm going to compare it to some other colors for you in just a bit. Okay, so let's talk about first my measurements. My circumference is 21 inches. Ear to ear, I'm 12 inches. Forehead to nape, I'm 13 inches. My face is 8 inches. My forehead is 3 inches. And my neck is 3 inches. And I give you all that information so that you can compare your measurements to my measurements and get a better idea of how this wig will look on you, or any wig that I try on, actually. And if you don't know how to measure your head correctly, no worries. I will have a video linked in the description below where I show you how to do that. Okay, so let's talk about the measurements of Nina. Let's see, her sides are 10 to 12 inches. The nape, 3.5 to 4 inches. The overall length, 12 inches. And she weighs just 3.5 ounces. She feels very low density. So for you ladies looking for something low density, this is a great choice, and zero permatease. There's just nothing happening here. It's very natural. Now, on the other hand, if you want something with a lot of volume, this is probably not the style for you. It would be tough. You don't have any permatease in here to really zhuzh up, you know. You could do something like this, but probably in no time at all, it would be back to where you started, like my natural hair. Okay. Now let me show you the lace front on this, and Belle Tress just does a beautiful job on their lace fronts. I think you can see that. Just the way they have the highlights coming in here, so natural looking. And as I said, the lace front goes all the way around the ear tab here. So I think you can see that there. Now some people don't like that if you can see their hair through the lace, and they'll trim it or do something like that. But I think it looks fine the way it is on me. Now you have a full monofilament top, so you can part this anywhere as I drop everything next to me. So you can see where it's parted here. And this is actually, I think, still the factory part. Yeah, because I didn't part it yet. I just threw it on. But if I show you, you can see that you can part it anywhere. Every Belle Tress wig is heat friendly, so in this case there is one hair that keeps falling. I think it's this one here. So I would use some heat to just make sure it stays back. And also if I wanted to change where the part was, I would use heat around the part just to reset the way the hair is laying. But I actually like a left part. As far as how she's fitting me, I have a little bit of room in the cap, not much, and I could cinch in the adjusters a bit to make the circumference a little bit smaller. And when I show you the cap, we'll take a look at where the adjusters are. All right, so we kind of got a peek at the ear tabs before, but let's just look. So I have a little bit of space here. It's not rubbing on my ear, which is nice. And I think I'm getting pretty good coverage there. Now let me try the glasses on. Under the ear tabs, no problem at all. And it's probably because of that space there. And over the ear tabs, no problem also. All right, let's take this color outside. Okay, so here we are with brown sugar cookie rooted. Oops, I forgot to read you the description, so I will do that. And let me just take you around the head. And we'll spin. It's a really pretty color. And let's go through the house. Oh, I don't have any lights on. I don't know if that's going to help you. Let me turn some on as we walk through. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the color. Brown sugar cookie rooted. It says it's a combination of a 4, a 16, a 613, plus 8, and the plus 8 is the rooting, which is a medium brown, and it's described as a warm rooted highlighted color, so you can see the rooting and the highlighting there, and it's definitely on the warm side. I think there's like that golden yellow that makes it warmer. And it says brown sugar cookie rooted hair color is a soft multi-dimensional blend that exudes warmth and elegance. The roots feature a more profound, rich brown tone, seamlessly transitioning into a warm golden brown base that resembles brown sugar's sweet caramelized hues. Delicate highlights in honey and toffee tones add dimension, creating a natural sunlit effect. This color is perfect for those wanting a subtle yet luxurious look that enhances their features. It complements various skin tones, bringing warmth to lighter complexions and glowing richness to deeper ones. Whether styled in loose waves, silky straight locks, or textured layers, brown sugar cookie rooted hair color delivers a timeless, effortless, chic appearance. And you can see it's so beautifully done, and the highlights are subtle, really pretty. So I wanted to compare this. There's a color called Brown Sugar Sweet Cream in one of their other lines, and there's a color called Sugar Cookie with Hazelnut. So I just wanted to see what those look like in comparison to this one. So I'm going to start with Spice Girl in Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. I'm just going to pull her out here so you can see the difference when I hold her up. So, to me, I would say that Brown Sugar Sweet Cream even looks a tad warmer. It's hard to say in this lighting. Definitely a tad darker. This has lighter highlights going through it, as you can see. Interesting. And then the other color, which was Sugar Cookie with Hazelnut, I actually wore this to my youngest daughter's wedding. This is Bellissima. And this is definitely, you can see, a much warmer color. There's reds in there. So I don't know if it's the hazelnut part of the color, but as far as Sugar Cookie goes, I would say these are not similar at all. But I just wanted to check because you have, that piece of the name in there. I also pulled out my Madison in Caramel Blonde Rooted because I just wanted to see how that compared also. And this is a color I really love. And you can see it's much warmer than this color. So even though this is described as a warmer color, it's not as warm as some of the other blondes. Another color I wanted to compare to was my Alicante in Macadamia Latte Rooted. This is probably my new favorite color, and I just wanted to see how that compared. And here I just wanted to show you the comparison of the Macadamia Latte Rooted to the Brown Sugar Cookie Rooted to the Brown Sugar Sweet Cream Rooted. And you can see the difficulty in showing this accurately because if you look at my face in the middle picture and I'm sitting in the same exact spot on the same exact day, my face looks a little bit darker, and that just happens with the change in the lighting through the window and all of that. But I did want to show that I think that these three colors can be used interchangeably. Okay, let's take a look at the cap. Okay, so as I said, there's this lace front that goes all the way around your ear tabs. You have the polyurethane here that you can use adhesive or tape. You have the hand-tied top there and the full monofilament top, and you can see if the wind blows, you're not going to see any wefting. It's really beautiful. Back here, in the bottom back there, you have some closed wefting. You have the extended velvety nape, and here are your Velcro adjusters. And these are adjusted in a little bit, and I could even go a little bit more. And as far as stretch goes, you have some stretch. Well, you have a decent amount, I would say. I would say this definitely goes to average and probably a little bit larger than average. Okay, and that is Nina in Brown Sugar Cookie Rooted. Okay, this next one is Polo in Cappuccino Latte Rooted. Really pretty, light curls, kind of wavy curly look. When I first took it out of the box, there's like this bumpy curl here I would probably want to fix. I parted it a little bit differently, but really such a pretty style. I would work with this up here. For some reason, I'm not loving the little bit of poof I have there. I'd have to redirect it somehow. Okay, so let's talk about the measurements of Polo. Her sides are 9 to 14 inches. The nape, 8 inches. The overall length, 16 inches, and she weighs just 4.3 ounces. And before I forget, let me spin and show you the style. Hopefully you can see the length there. What I like about this is it really does seem like somebody who has natural curls. They're not always going to be perfect, and it just looks like I woke up, I have hair like this, I blew it dry, whatever, but I really like it. Now, as far as density goes, another very low density wig. I don't feel any permatease whatsoever, and as far as how the cap is fitting me, it's fitting me quite well. Again, a tiny bit of space in the cap here. I do have a 21-inch circumference, and then I'm 12 this direction, 13 that direction. So I do have a small circumference, so just take that into consideration. All right, this has the same cap construction. The extended lace front. Hopefully you can see it here. How well is I just love the way they do their highlights. The extended lace front that goes around the ear tabs. You have the polyurethane pieces at the ear tabs and a mono top, so you can see it parted there. And I did play with this part when I first put it on, and you could also part anywhere you like. It's hand tied along the top here and the closed wefting in the back. Let me show you the ear tabs so you can see the coverage. Anything gray is mine. I do have that little bit of space there, so she's not rubbing on my ears at all, which is nice. And let's try the glasses under the ear tabs. No problem. And over the ear tabs, no problem. So I'm going to say this one is feeling a little bit more snug around the circumference than the last one. We'll see where the adjusters are when I take it off. But first, let's take a look at the color outside. It's starting to snow. Okay, so here you go, Cappuccino Latte Rooted. And I'll just take you around the head here. And let's spin. And let's go through the house. This style has a lot of possibilities for putting it up, wearing it down, half up, half down. Okay, so let's talk about the color Cappuccino Latte Rooted. It's a combination of 6, 240. I don't think I've ever come across 240 before. Plus 8, so it has that same medium brown rooting, and it's described as a rooted highlighted color. Cappuccino Latte Rooted hair color is a rich and creamy blend inspired by the beloved coffee house favorite. The roots start with a deep espresso brown tone, adding depth and dimension. This seamlessly transitions into a velvety warm latte hue. So it says it does have a warm latte hue, featuring soft beige and caramel undertones that mimic the swirls of milk in a perfectly crafted cappuccino. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get thirsty for a coffee. Delicate highlights in golden cream and mocha tones enhance the overall texture, creating a natural sunlit effect. This sophisticated color pairs beautifully with various hairstyles and complements warm and neutral skin tones. Cappuccino Latte Root hair color offers a timeless, effortless, chic look, perfect for those who appreciate subtle elegance with a touch of warmth. So they're saying that this does have a touch of warmth, which I do see in there. Okay, now let's take a look at this against some other colors that I have here. Okay, I have Birmingham in Buttered Toast Rooted, and you can see that is much cooler. You can definitely see the warmth in this compared to the Buttered Toast Rooted. I was trying to pull some brunettes with blondes in them. The other color I pulled, this is my Missoni in Sun-Kissed Almond, and I would say this is closer in tone. If I look, this might be a tad warmer, the Sun-Kissed Almond. Yeah, I think when you hold it this way, this definitely gives a warmer look. And I just want to see it next to Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. This is the Spice Girl in Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. What do you think of that? I'm going to say that this is warmer than this. And this is darker. So I just wanted to show you a picture of the buttered toast versus the cappuccino latte versus the sun-kissed almond. And I know I said the sun-kissed almond looks warmer. It does have a 27 in it, which could be like a strawberry blonde or a hint of auburn, but it also has a 613, which is more platinum. So the colors, when they're added together, give an overall effect, and I just wanted to show you this here. So standing back, buttered toast is definitely the coolest of these three, and it's kind of tough to say between cappuccino latte and sun-kissed almond. Okay, so let's just see where the adjusters are on this one, because I did say that this felt a little bit more snug. They're about in the same place, you can see there, as the other one was. They're not always exactly the same size. There is some variance. They say that there's about 15% variance allowed in wigs. And as far as stretch goes, there is some stretch. So again, I'm going to say this goes to average, maybe slightly larger than average. Okay, and that is Polo in Cappuccino Latte Rooted. Okay, this next style is called Perla, and she's in the color Butterbeer Rooted. And I know a lot of you know the color Butterbeer Blonde in Belle Tress, so we will be comparing to that color, and maybe a few others that I can find that may be in the same family. All right, before we talk about her measurements, let me just spin and show you this style. Really pretty. This is an elegant, straight style, very low density, no permatease. Again, you have the same cap construction. I'll show you the lace front here. And the part, is it still a factory part? Yeah, I didn't really comb the part out yet, so let me just show you that you could part her anywhere. Say I wanted to go on the left side here, which is where I would normally part. Hopefully you can see that there. I have all this hair in my eyes. I can't tell, but hopefully you can see that there. Okay. I actually think I would like this one parted in the center. It's a pretty style for that. And of course, there's so many ways you can put this up, and with the hand-tied cap, again, you don't have to worry about any wefting showing. You could just pull it back with little pieces hanging out. That would be really pretty. Or even put this one up. You could do a ponytail. With maybe some pieces out. That'd be really pretty. Or put it up in some way in the back. Okay, let's talk about her measurements. The sides are 13 inches. Hopefully you can see that there. The nape, 7 to 7.5 inches. The overall length, 14.5 inches. And she weighs just 4.8 ounces. And honestly, she feels so light. I'm surprised that she weighs 4.8 ounces. Very light. These fibers feel so good too. They're just silky, smooth. Could just put this behind my ear like this. Love it. Okay, let's take a look at the ear tabs while we're here. And again, same fit, I'm going to say, as the others. A little bit of space, not at all touching my ear there. And if I want to put the glasses on under the ear tabs, no problem. And over the ear tabs, no problem. All right, let's take a look at this color outside. Oh, before we do that, let's talk about the color. I've been forgetting to do that till I get back in. Okay, Butterbeer Rooted. Okay, it's a combination of a 10, which is a lighter brown, a 60, an 88, and an 8. So all three of these had an 8 rooting. I think it looks darker on this one because it's in contrast to the lighter color here. And it says Butterbeer Rooted Hair Color. is an inviting blend that exudes a cozy, radiant charm. The roots feature soft dimensions of brown base with a touch of depth, giving a natural and lived-in look. This transitions smoothly into a buttery blonde infused with creamy honey and toffee tones that shimmer like the frothy top of a freshly poured butterbeer. The harmonious mix of hues creates a multi-dimensional effect, perfect for adding vibrancy and brightness to any hairstyle. This versatile shade complements various skin tones, enhancing warmth and glow. Whether styled in loose waves, a tousled bob, or sleek, straight locks, Butterbeer Rooted delivers a soft, sunlit, playful, sophisticated elegance, a perfect blonde shade we all have been looking for. And so hopefully you can see the rooting there and the highlighting. All right, let's take this color outside. Okay, so here you go. This is Butterbeer Rooted, and it definitely has some cool tones and some warmer tones. I'm going to say that this is more of a neutral. Maybe even slightly leaning cool. Hard to say. Sometimes it's hard to say. So pretty though. Okay, and through the house. If you guys could see my feet, I have a ton of Belle Tress wigs at my feet. I just pulled out wigs in my collection to try to compare all different colors. So let's start with Butterbeer Blonde Rooted, since it has that butterbeer in the name. I have Lady Latte. It's so funny, when I take out the wigs, it always reminds me of events that I wore the wig to. So this was the night before my youngest daughter's wedding. We had people here for dinner, and I wore Lady Latte and Butterbeer Blonde Rooted. Do you guys do that? Like, I remember where I wore certain outfits, certain wigs. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay, so here's Butterbeer Blonde Rooted, just so we can compare here. Definitely has a different look to it. What do you think? Let's look at the rooting here. Yeah, this one seems brighter and lighter, you know, the highlights, than the Butterbeer Blonde. Okay, so that's that. Now I pulled out some other blonde colors here. Let's see what we got. Calabasas in Milkshake Blonde Rooted. So you can see that. You can see this is definitely darker. This is brighter. And this is more golden, I would say. So funny when you see them next to each other, because when I think of Milkshake Blonde, I think of it as whiter, but this one definitely looks brighter to me. I don't know. It's hard to say in my lighting too, but I just want to give you guys an idea of the difference. Okay, and let's see, I brought my Newport in Raw Sugar Blonde Rooted. I was just curious. I think it's going to be much warmer. Oh yeah, look at that. Much warmer. And then I have Malibu in Crushed Almond Blonde. There's so many colors. Okay, so here's the Crushed Almond Blonde. And again, this actually looks closer to me to the Butterbeer Blonde Rooted. See if you can see the difference there. If I compare these two, and then put this in the mix. So interesting. All right, I just wanted you to have a chance to look at these colors together with just a white background, and I really think that if you like one of these colors, you could wear any of them. And another chance to look at Milkshake Blonde Rooted versus Butterbeer Rooted versus Crushed Almond Blonde Rooted. And again, I think you could wear any of these if you like them. I would say Crushed Almond Blonde looks the coolest. Okay, so as I said, this feels like it's fitting like the others. Let's just take a look at where the adjusters are. Yeah, it looks about the same. So again, it's, basically the same cap. So I'm going to say the same thing. Go to average and maybe slightly larger. And if any of you have worn the Luxe SE collection caps, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you would, don't only tell us how it's fitting you, but tell us your measurements, because that's a really helpful piece of the information. Okay, so that is Perla in Butterbeer Rooted. Okay, so there you have it. 3 new styles in 3 new colors. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Also, if you haven't already, come over and join us in my private Facebook group. It's called Frannie's Hair. We have over 5,000 women there. They're sharing pictures of themselves in all different wigs and colors, so you'll get to see wigs on real people. We share tips and tricks, and we have our wig experts over there. And most of all, you'll get a lot of support on your wig journey. It's a lot of fun, so come join us. All right, as always, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Remember to make it your own, and I'll see you soon.